Welcome to RCL's Drawing for Beginners with Miss Carrie. Today we are going to be making some clouds. So I just have my number 2 pencil here, regular piece of paper, and I'm going to be using Q-tips to smudge my work today. So let's get started. So there are many different ways you can draw clouds. You can draw the typical big white fluffy cloud, and you can make some nice lines in there to make it nice and puffy. And then you can take your Q-tip or your smudging tool and use that to create a softness to your cloud. It just gives you a nice soft edge. Just like so. Now there are other ways that you can shade your clouds rather than using your smudging tool. You can draw out your cloud maybe you want a more realistic type cloud, so you can just make little marks, little lines for your shading instead, and make them any direction, basically cross-hatching your work if you want it to be darker. A lot of clouds are pretty dark on the bottom, so they have that shadow on the bottom. Just like so, and then maybe they have some shading amongst the cloud itself. Just like that. You can still use your smudging tool if you desire and just blend it in a little bit more. It may not blend the same way as you would if you just use the edge of your pencil. So that's another way you can make a cloud. You could also maybe make a whimsical cloud. So maybe your cloud has swirls in it. And you can shade those little swirls a little bit darker by just going over them a little bit more. So you have just a very whimsical, swirly cloud. Just like so. Maybe you want a super whimsical clouds. So let's try one with waves. So maybe your cloud has little waves to it. And don't forget, you have an eraser. And you can just follow your lines along the waves to make a whimsical, another wavy, whimsical cloud. Just like so. But my favorite way is definitely the side of your pencil, because you can make nice, thick, dreamy lines. Just like that. And then of course use your shading tool. So depending on what kind of sky you're going for, there are so many different ways to make clouds. I would love to see how yours turn out. So go ahead and email me down at that email below, and I'd love to see your work. I'll see you again next month when we draw some flowers. See you then.